The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, show number 757. We are celebrating the women of Celtic music. Welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, helping you celebrate Celtic culture through music. I am Mark Gunn. I am a Celtic musician and also host of Pub Songs and Stories. Every song is a story. Every episode is a toast to Celtic and folk songwriters. Discover the stories behind the songs from the heart of the Celtic pub scene. This podcast is for fans of Celtic music of all kinds. We're here to build a diverse Celtic community and help the incredible artists who so generously share their music with you. If you hear music you love, please email the artists. Let them know you heard them on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. These musicians are not part of some corporation. They are small indie groups. They rely on people just like you to support their music so they can keep creating it. Please show your generosity. Buy a CD, album pen, shirt, digital download, or join their community on Patreon. You can find a link to all the artists in the show notes along with showtimes when you visit our website at CelticMusicPodcast.com. Album pens are changing the way we hear Celtic music. Looking for a fresh way to support the music you love? Meet the album pen. Album pens are lapel pens themed to a specific album, and each one comes with a digital download. Wear your music. All of my latest pens are wood burned and locally produced, which means even a smaller footprint and a one-of-a-kind feel you won't find anywhere else. Pick up yours at magerecords.com. There are also some compilations that are set up as album pens. I have a limited number of those as well. Go to magerecords.com. Today we are celebrating the women of Celtic music. every one of these artists has a woman who plays or sings or does something in the band. And I'm going to share who those artists are with each song. We kicked off the show with Boxing Robin. That was Ned Coleman's number 2. The Orphan from their newest EP, Land of the Noonday Moon. Boxing Robin features Gypsy Youngraven on vocals, guitar, and bodhrán. Next up is Gillian Boucher and Bob McNeill with Mountain Road number 2 from Race for the Sun, and Gillian Boucher plays fiddle and piano.
passing by. He stood a while to gaze upon her, and he said, "Fair maid, would you fancy I?" But I'm not a lady, I'm a poor girl, a poor man's daughter of a low degree. Well, fine young man, find some other sweetheart for your servant maid. I'm not fit to be. It's 7 years since I had a true love, 7 more since I did him see, and 7 more I will wait upon him. But if he's alive, he'll come back to me. If he's sick, I will wish him better. If he is dead, I will wish him rest. But if he's alive, I will wait upon him. He's the only young man I do love best. It's 7 years since you had a true love, 7 more since you did him see, and 7 more you will wait upon him. Perhaps that young man you ne'er will see. He put a hand down in his pocket, his gentle fingers, they were thin and small, and up between them he pulled a gold ring, and when she saw it, she down did fall. He picked her up all in his arms and gave her kisses most tenderly, saying, "I'm your true love and single sailor, who came o'er the seas for to wed with me. If you're my true love and single sailor, your gentle features, they look strange to me." But 7 years make great alterations over agencies between you and me. There was a maid in her father's garden, and a gentleman, he came passing by. He stood a while to gaze upon her, and he said, "Fair maid, would you fancy I?" There was a maid in her father's garden, and a gentleman, he came passing by. He stood a while to gaze upon her, and he said, "Fair maid, would you fancy I?"
the Glenside, I met an old woman, a-plucking young nettles. She ne'er saw me coming. I listened a while to the song she was humming. Glory-o, glory-o, to the bold Fenian men.
'Tis 50 long years since I saw the moon beaming on strong manly forms, and their eyes with hope gleaming. I see them again, sure, in all my sad dreaming. Glory-o, glory-o, to the bold Fenian men. When I was a young girl, their marching and drilling awoke in the Glenside, songs awesome and thrilling. They loved dear old Ireland, and to die they were willing. Glory-o, glory-o, to the bold Fenian men. Some died on the Glenside, some died near a stranger, and wise men have told us their cause was a failure. They fought for old Ireland, and they never feared danger. Glory-o, glory-o, to the bold Fenian men.
I passed on my way, God be praised that I met her. Be life long or short, sure I'll never forget her. We may have brave men, but we never had better. Glory-o, glory-o, to the bold Fenian men.
After Gillian Boucher came Fialla with Made in Her Father's Garden from Home and Away. It features Katie on vocals, guitar, bodhrán, and step dancing. I couldn't find Katie's last name, but she does a fantastic job in the band. If you've heard her voice, you know what I mean. Eloise and Company was after that with Hanter Dro 1953 Croissant and Hanter Dro 1930 Gregum, Meeting House Hanter Dro from Avec Elodie. Eloise and Company features Becky Tracy on fiddle and octave fiddle, Rachel Bell on accordion, and Rachel O'Coin on piano. And finally, the Leftovers with Down by the Glenside from their album Heart of Buffalo. Elizabeth Shea is on vocals. I want your feedback. What are you doing today while listening to the podcast? You can send a written comment along with a picture of what you're doing while listening. I'd love your photos. And if you're in a band, send me an audio recording, a live one. I want to put together a special show at the end of the year. You can send it to follow@bestcelticmusic.net. Asa Swain commented on Patreon, I like hearing you talk, but thanks for releasing a music-only version for everyone. I appreciate it. If you're not familiar, the music-only episode is available for our song hingers and above over on Patreon. However, last week, I released the highlight reel from episodes number 747 to 751. Basically, that episode features all of the best songs and tunes that were played on those episodes. So if you enjoy music-only episodes, that's a great one you can enjoy. And again, it's available to everyone because everyone who is a patron of the podcast can vote in the highlight reels. Woodland Folk replied to a question I asked, how does the podcast make your life better? They wrote, I listen to your podcast on my phone, on my closed fiddle case, mingled with birdsong, gentle hissing wood. The sun comes up early over the Mendeeps. The wind is still fresh. A battle of wills. My playlist is rarely enough. 2 tunes I play in the city right now I heard on one of my favorite episodes to date, Man of the House, the silver spear, and the blue idol. I listened to this episode in a wood near the coast, maybe 5 years ago, a deep cash crop scented pine. The needles leave a sponge rug moss covers old stumps and oaks, older by far than the rest of the wood that grow in clearings, deer whistle and bark in the night. Home is where the heart is, and have on occasion gone back to listen again. The music you play suits the wood, my friend. Thank you so much, Woodland Folk. I appreciate, as always, your comments and pictures. The Bow Tides are up next with Trip to Galicia. It's from their album Sailing On. The Bow Tides features Ellery Klein on fiddle, Jessie Burns on fiddle, and Katie Grennan on fiddle and champion Irish dancer.
so clear. Still holding strong. We're still here where we belong, where we belong.
When our love grew older, we fought with our doubts. We began to find out who we were all this time. When love grew bolder, also tender like a love song, holding on and knowing that we belong. Our life grew full and strong with joys and troubles, but love is long.
We're still here. Never in our life has it ever felt so clear. Still holding strong. We're still here where we belong, where we belong. As we flow from our pride, still there's luster and there's shine. We're still here. Never in our life has it ever felt so clear. Still here. Never in our life has it ever felt so clear. Still holding strong. We're still here where we belong.
How many laws must we abide? Chorus to every time to step aside. How many ways to make it right? Too many bruises of lost fights that we all wonder how many roads, how many roads, how many roads must we take before we fall to the right place? See this burning bush, you put no thought. I am who I am and was not sought. We must not surrender to the anxious God who wants us to believe and simply not. 'Cause we all wonder how many roads, how many roads, and how many right time.
Fish at play in Hermitage Bay, from Push through across to Boss Island. They broach and they spout and they lip their flukes out, and they wave to a town that is dying. Now it's many the boats that have plied on the foam, hauling away, but there's many more fellows been leaving their homes, where the whales make free in the harbor. It's at Portage and Maine, you see them again on their way to the hills of Alberta, with lopsided grins, wagging their chins, and the break of the wage they'll be earning. Then it's quick, pull the string, boys, and get the tool out. Haul it away, but just 2 years ago you could hear the same shout, where the whales make free in the harbor. Well, it's a living they found deep in the ground. If there's doubts, it's best they'd ignore them, nor think on the bones, the crosses and stones of their fathers that came there before them. In the taverns of Edmonton, fishermen shout, haul it away. They let 300 years buried up by the bay, where the whales make free in the harbor. Free in the harbor.
After the Bowtides came Low Lily with Where We Belong from Angels in the Wreckage. Low Lily features Liz Simmons on guitar and vocals and Natalie Padilla on fiddle, banjo, and vocals. Tara's Folk was after that with How Many Roads from Remember Where We Fall. That band features Julien Casanova on fiddle and Catherine de Vençay on cello. And we finish up the set with Free in the Harbor by Sue Spencer from her album North Shore. Sue plays guitar and sings. Thank you, patrons of the podcast. Every episode of the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast exists because of you. Your support makes this possible week after week, year after year. That is not a small thing. Your generosity covers real costs. Audio engineering, graphic design, the Celtic Music Magazine show promotion, buying music directly from independent artists we feature, and of course, paying me to keep the show going each and every week. You are the reason the music reaches new ears every week. If you're not yet a patron, here's what you're missing. Patrons get early access to episodes, music-only editions like that highlight reel that came out last week, free MP3 downloads, exclusive stories and artist interviews, and a vote in the Celtic Top 20. Join us today and help keep Celtic music alive, independent, and growing. Every single patron matters. Sláinte. Special thanks to our Celtic legends Fuzzy, Dave and Rosie Donnelly, Rick Boyce, Bruce, Daniel Ide, Brian McReynolds, Marty Myers, Alan Schindler, Margareta Silverstone, Emma Bartholomew, Dan McDade, Jeff A., Gerald F. Boyle, Miranda Nelson, Nancy Barnett, Gary R. Hook, Linda McNeill, Kelly Garrett, Mike Schock, and Sean Calley. Here's your 3-step plan to support the podcast. Number 1, go to our Patreon page. Number 2, decide how much you want to pledge every month. $4, $12, $25. And number 3, keep listening to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast to celebrate Celtic culture through music. You can become a generous patron of the podcast on Patreon at songhenge.com. You can also join me on a Celtic Invasion vacation. Every year I take a small group of Celtic music fans on the relaxing adventure of a lifetime. We don't see everything. Instead, we stay in one area. We get to know the region through its culture, history, and legends. You can join us with an auditory and visual adventure through podcasts and videos. Learn more about the invasion at celticinvasion.com. And this summer, I will be going to Galicia in Spain with a wonderful group of Celtic invaders. And then next year, we're planning on a trip to the Isle of Skye. So stay tuned for that. Eimear Arkins is up next. She plays fiddle and sings. But on this track, it's the fiddle on the St. Louis Waltz from her album Here and There.
ice like the sea. Peel your skin of tenuity. 7 tears for 7 years I've cried to bring you to me. Hear the song of the dun and run. Heed the call of the deep. Let the pull of the lilting tides sing the dark of the sea. Selkie heart that crests with the tides, crashing surf of your landless cries. I've 7 years to tame your tears, to claim your wild song moonshine. You have run with the shadow tides. You have swum the seas of many eyes. You have turned salt cheek to the rage of time, and come to rock beside. Such enchantments you shall make. Call me home, to your soul scary. Touch my pain, with your fears. Change the face of these lonesome years. Recall that sea back to me. The sea foam sounds of your ancient rhyme. For Selkie tears have brought me here, but love is the skin that binds.
goed. Is gedacht trouw hoop. Ach graag na tje ik wil. Lei op was a har senjorst. Sien en galer kees en galer kees. Sien en galer kees en galer kees. Ich mocht je dan niet. Gelijk kan er schwatig. Berlet kudach sakust. Is poepel piamag. Sien en galer kees en galer kees. Sien en galer kees en galer kees. Toch zit er te loven. Слушать ваче о Fajnej kasy ranić Eringere glepłej Sijena nam galerkej, sen galerkej Sijena nam galerkej, sen galerkej
After Eimear Arkins came Selkie by Sora. That's from her album Ghost Lines. Sora sings, she plays the piano and also plays the violin. Then came Louise Bichan with Och from The Lost Summer. Louise Bichan plays the fiddle. And we finish off the set with Kim Carnie on vocals. Kim Carnie is a Gaelic singer-songwriter, and that was Eolas Gradhaich from her album An Chailleach. I hope I got that right. And do make sure you check out more of her music. All right, I hope you enjoyed this week's show highlighting the Celtic women that are playing these days, still playing music and sharing their talents with the world. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy any of these artists, make sure you vote for your favorites in the Celtic Top 20. This is our way of finding the best songs and artists each year. You can vote for as many songs and tunes that inspire you in each episode. Your vote helps me create this year's Best Celtic Music episode. You have 3 weeks to vote this year, so get those votes in. The more votes we have, the better the show at the end of the year. So get those votes in. We're going to finish up with the Diviners. This is Daychovo Horo from their album Earshot. The Diviners feature Ilsa Deza on cello, fiddle, and vocals. Thank you so much for listening. Back again next week. Sláinte. Support for this program comes from Hank Woodward. Support for this program comes from Dr. Annie Lurkowski of Centennial Animal Hospital in Corona, California. Support for this program comes from John Sharkey White II. Support for this program comes from international speaker Joseph Dumond, teaching the ancient roots of the Gaelic people. Learn more about their origins at sightedmoon.com. Support for this program comes from Cascadia Cross-Border Law Group, creating transparent borders for more than 25 years, serving Alaska and the world. Find out more at cascadialawalaska.com. The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast is produced by Mark Gunn, the Celt Father, and our patrons on Patreon. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. Visit our website to follow the show. You'll find a link to all the artists played in this episode. Todd Wiley is the editor of the Celtic Music Magazine. Subscribe to get 34 Celtic MP3s for free. Plus, you'll get 7 weekly news items about what's happening with Celtic music and culture online. Best of all, you will connect with your Celtic heritage. Please tell one friend about this podcast. Word of mouth is the absolute best way to support any creative endeavor. Clean energy is the most powerful tool we have to fight climate change. Solar, wind, hydro, every kilowatt of clean power displaces the fossil fuels warming our planet. The big picture matters, so do the small choices you make every day. This week I have a tip from the 5 R's of sustainability. Refuse. Before you buy something new, ask yourself if you actually need it. Every item you don't buy is one that never had to be made, shipped, and eventually thrown away. Refusing is the most underrated act of sustainability there is. Start there. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Promote Celtic culture through music at CelticMusicPodcast.com.